G'day, this is Simon from South OC Cars and Coffee. I'm with Steve, who has a magnificent car of the week. What is it, Steve?
It's a 1932 Ford three-window coupe.
So pretty. Check this thing out. Steve, I'm a fan of a 32, and I'm even more of a fan of orange cars, because you don't know this about me, but my car's orange, and all the best people have orange cars, I believe. But I've seen a lot of 32s in my time, and they are one of my favourite body shapes. But I don't think I've ever seen a 32 with that in there. That is a Hemi.
Yes.
I love that you did that. I mean, typically you'll see guys, a few years ago they put small block Chevs in them, or sometimes you'd see small block Fords, and then other times you'd see flatheads, which of course was what these motors came with. But the Hemi, what was the inspiration?
Inspiration was from 1950 to 1953 and 4. If you had a Bonneville car, if you ran drags, you ran a Hemi for top fuel of the event or top time of the event.
Absolutely. Big horsepower out of those Hemis.
Yep.
And what I love about this car, we're going to look at some of the things that are really authentic, but when you look underneath that thing, look at those Zenith carbs underneath there. There's 4 carbs sitting on this awesome manifold. How fun are they to tune?
Well, it took a little while, believe it or not, but let me just share with you, that manifold and those carbs and the linkage are from Briggs Cunningham's Le Mans cars.
Oh, wow.
1951, 2, and 3, if you look close.
Oh, that is so cool that's there. Now, is that a magneto?
Yes, it
is. So for those people watching, rather than having a traditional coil and distributor setup, a magneto ensures that when you need big spark at big revs, a magneto is the way that was always done, particularly on drag cars and race boats, etc. So that's cool. What else can you tell me about this motor? How many cubes is it?
It's a small 331.
Yep.
It's what's called a long bell. Nobody likes these because this was the original 50 to 53 motor before they modified it with slightly different heads.
Yep.
And they cut the bell housing down. But in looking back at the true hot rodding in 50 to 53, like I mentioned, that's what set the records initially.
I absolutely love it. You know, when I look for a car of the week, I hate to say it, but one of the things I look for is flaws. And as I was going through this car, I just couldn't find any. I mean, the thing is absolutely perfect. From the interior, beautiful orange leather in there. You can smell the smell of that leather. I wish you could this smell in there. Even if we can get down in here, the boot around the gear lever as well, and that knurled finish around the gauge cluster, which is carried over from those valve covers on this thing. You thought of everything on this, didn't you?
Right, too.
And so did you specify the build yourself, all the different things?
No, I did the build myself. I only did a couple of things, the paint and the upholstery.
Wow,
it out
did you really?
Things, but yes, that's correct.
So how long have you had the car?
I've had it done for 2 years now, a little less than 2 years done.
Wow, this car doesn't even look like it's been on the road for 2 years. It's so immaculate. You look after it.
It hasn't much.
Oh, look up underneath that thing. Fast release gears in there in the back of this. Quick change in there. Yeah, everything is so cool about this car. And those original Firestone tyres on there as well, which are period correct.
That's right.
And the colour, what was the reason for the colour?
Great comment. I saw this color, believe it or not, on a 1931 Bugatti Cabriolet owned at the Mullen Collection.
Right.
And I loved it because it had brown, it was a car with fenders, with brown fenders.
Yep.
I went up to the Peterson Museum because the car was there and I tried to match the color.
Did you really?
I just loved it.
Well, as I said, I'm a sucker for orange. Love the fact that you've got the traditional gold in there as well. And I even like the black headlights. I mean, that's a little touch that you wouldn't typically see most of the time. They'd either be chrome or match to the body colour. You've gone ahead and made them black, which just look absolutely magnificent. Anything else you want to share about this car before we wrap it up?
It's just a highboy built to traditional specifications.
Yeah, I mean, it's magnificent. This has to be one of my favourite cars that we've had here since we've been doing the show.
Thank you so much. You do a great event, and it's absolutely an honour to be here.
Well, thank you so much. Well, as our Car of the Week winner, you very deservedly get this Maguire's complete kit. Thank you to Bricklin and the guys from Maguire's for hooking us up with this, including polishing sponge, cleaner wax, scratch remover, car wash, glass cleaner, interior detailer, and hot shine foam. Keep this magnificent 32 looking in the condition it is. Congratulations and thanks for bringing it out.
Thanks so much.